All right. What's up, everybody? Today we're going to continue with more anime research, and we're going to calculate if furry anime is becoming more common in anime. So, not too different from last week. We're going to use similar code that we made, so it shouldn't take too long. Also, I found I got my CSV on my Windows computer instead of my MacBook, so this probably won't take an hour. I want to say 30 minutes tops. Really depends, but yeah. And then after that, probably gonna play some Fortnite. So the faster I finish this, the quicker I can get to gaming. So yeah, we're just gonna like jump back into it. Same tech as last time. We're gonna do some vibe coding. Let me get Claude pulled up. But yeah, so we're gonna use AI to help generate the code. That way I spend less time doing that. But yeah, so we're gonna work in the same Jupyter notebook that I used last time. We're just gonna like adjust it, and we're also gonna improve it. I thought of ways to increase the accuracy of our calculation. So we are going to do that. Okay, so first things first, we want to define the bundle name. So we're just gonna do is anime getting giffier. That way it's really small to type. Yeah, so this is the prompt I gave Claude last time. So we're gonna pull up my anime list, which for those of you who don't know, my anime list is the most popular like anime database site most Western countries use to track seasonal anime and give reviews. Very respected. It's been around for a long time. I want to say since like 2006. Long time. So yeah, but so the same drill as last time. We're going to find the tags that match the topic we're trying to do, and I believe the tag anthropomorphic is the one we want. Now, there's a lot of anime that have this tag, like almost 1,300. So we're gonna have to do a little bit of data cleaning to get that better. Yes, so yeah, we're gonna use the tag anthropomorphic. If I can spell it. Okay, there we go. We're gonna get rid of some of the older text we were using. But yeah, okay, so we'll go ahead and build our bundle. And a bundle for me is just, it creates a folder in my Google Drive that has all the relevant documents stored into it. So that way when I like go and make the video, I just reference all the documents from one place. So it's really, really convenient for me to have developed that. Yeah, and then also we're just gonna plug in a generic anime ID. Not necessary to solve this problem, but necessary to get the code to compile. That's a goof on me when I wrote it. But yeah. So let's see. We're going to just go ahead and we're gonna get the bundle set up. which shouldn't take too long. And this is gonna create the folder for it. It's gonna copy over all of my generic editing assets I use. But yeah, okay. So just like last time, we're just gonna use the anime CSV and the anime stats CSV. So we're gonna just get that going. It's compiled successfully. All right, cool. So this was the code that we used last time. We're gonna keep the charts that this generated. But we're gonna swap out the tags for it. And then we're also gonna add filtering on it to only include anime that have Japanese voice actors, to filter out anime that are like so poorly like defined that they don't have voice acting info, but also to keep the problem localized to animes that were made in Japan. Because for an anime to have like Japanese voice actors, it was more than likely made in Japan, which is like the scope of what we want to solve. We don't want to solve it for Chinese anime or Korean anime. We're focusing on anime which is in Japan. So yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and let's see. Yeah. So what we're gonna do is just gonna quickly, as per the video, we're gonna vibe code. So we're gonna adjust the instructions here. So you two. I changed it to the fourth because I wanted a shorter name on Twitch. And also, Kai-kun 1 through 3 were taken, so was 5 through 9, but 4 wasn't. So it's like I have to take it. I'm the fourth Kai-kun on Twitch. Yeah, a lapse on Twitch. Yes, but let me lock in. English is pretty much my second language at this point, with how much I study Japanese. So let me focus on the sentence. On Herm, let's see. There we go. And we also want it to continue excluding um oh, this music is a little loud. Let me turn that down just a tad, just a tad. There we go. All right. Yes, we want to continue excluding, yeah, we're going to continue excluding erotica and hentai, since that is also, I would argue, that's not within the scope of like general anime trends. That would This would clutter the data. And also it's pretty much like it's its own thing, so we want to avoid that. Yep, and then we're also going to only look at tags on my anime list that are TV series, original network animations, original video animations, and movies. So yeah, look at the tag of anthropomorphic. I would also want you to add some filtering to exclude anime that do not have any Japanese voice actors. Oh, wait. No! Oh, shoot. That means I need to import. Do I have the staff list on this computer? Oof, I don't think I do. Shoot. Um, Darn. Well, I guess I'll have to import the staff list on this computer. It's not too bad. It's just going to take a slight bit of time. Let me pull out my MacBook. All right. Ideally, I would love to refactor my code to have my um my data live in Google Drive. That way it doesn't matter like which system I use, it'll always be up to date. But um I'm still experimenting like with this concept in this channel, so I don't want to invest any more time in coding ATP. I should really focus on making videos. So we're going to keep the coding minimal for the next foreseeable future. Because like version 1 of the code I made works. Like it will when I click start, it will take it will build a bunch of web scrapers and collect all the anime data I need, and then it will clean and sort it and slot it into my database system I made. So that way I can like use it for statistical analysis. Obviously, there's millions of ways to improve it, but what I have is fine for now. Let's see. Wait, character voice actor details. I'm right now I'm like saying shit only I would have context for because I'm in my database right now. Um Holy shit, where's my voice actor details? Oh, wait. I it is anime character and staff details. Okay, I still don't have it on this computer, which is fine. That's fine. Let me import it. Nothing but a cheeky little import. So we're going to reveal in Finder and copy and paste that over. Okay. So that is done. Now I can eject my external hard drive, plug it into my desktop, and then we can get to coding. All right. Okay. All right. You ready to see the magic? We just open up this, and then if I drag this in here, boom, I have my data. All right, and then I have to change this to 5 6 2025. That will keep it because that's where the folder is located. Okay, and then I need to uncomment this as well. So now this will rerun the process, will reload the CSVs, and then yeah. Now the cloud project I made should have context for this file, but I can specify just to be safe. The VA data is in the data frame. Okay, and then if I just do that, and if I go to my specific cloud project, anime function maker. Wait. Let me. Yeah. Okay. And then we'll just have it generate the updated version of it, and we should be good to go. We should find out if anime is getting more furry or not. This is a deep cut, but a while ago I wrote a video essay on like the history of the anime fandom, and it turns out like a lot of people in the furry community started the anime fandom in the United States, which I was taken for a surprise. I did not know the two fandoms were that closely related. Oh, this is still generating. Okay. Okay. So we're gonna keep this chart. I don't want to like write over that, but we're going to and then we're gonna run this. Interesting. Okay, so here are the results. So from what it looks like there's a local spike in 1981 to 3 with 5 anime, and then it dropped off in the early 90s, and then it was roughly about 3 in the early 2000s, even up until like 2010. Still not too many, roughly like 6 to 4 anime a year, with the anthropomorphic tag, and then interestingly enough, like 2010 to 2020, boom, big spike. So we're all the way up to like 17 in 2020, 19, 18, 2017 with 17. That's a lot. And then it falls off in 2021 and then picks back up. So interesting look at this. So yeah, roughly like very stable for the majority of anime history, and then boom, it just spikes up really high. And yeah, and then looking at the cumulative count, we can see that almost looks like a right angle. Like that shit is so linear. Okay, so it said over the 44 years of data, we found 202 anime featuring anthropomorphic characters with Japanese voice actors. Um, by 2024, 202 anime have had the anthropomorphic theme. Interesting because my anime list has 1,200 anime made with the tag, so I guess it'd be worth then investigating like what sort of anime do have this tag. So yeah, obviously a lot of furry anime. Then also like some like Cells at Work, which also has the anthropomorphic tag. Yeah, of course, like the Battleship anime. So this kind of drops off at the 200 mark. So what does it look like at the 200, 300 mark? Whoa, what is this anime? Dude, this shit looks like lost media. What? 1987. Damn. Ooh. I guess do we want to include the type special in the calculation? Let's rerun the numbers with special included. Um okay. I'm curious like how this would change the data. Okay, so it does increase it. So now that's up to 20 if we include special, which is which I think it would count. I think including specials for anime seasons would count for this tag because it's more media produced with that tag. In this case, like this is Uma Musume shorts. Um, Obviously there's like 2 minutes per episode, but I still think it has the tag in it, so it should count. And then yeah, and it doesn't change the data too much. So this went up by roughly 10 anime. Um, so not too bad. All right, then what is this? Damn, this shit came out in 2025? What? I have not seen this before. Yeah, 2 minutes per episode. A lot of 2 minute animes. Damn, man, this shit's really old. It's got the Disney art style. Oh, you know what I bet this is? Um, This is probably like one of the Japanese war propaganda films. So before World War II, Japan did not have a animation industry. Like they imported all of their animated movies from the West, specifically Disney, because it was cheaper for them to import animated movies than for them to like build the studios themselves and train the talent in Japan. It was too cost prohibitive, which is why like before that time period, it was mostly avant-garde animation films. So during World War II, Japan's propaganda team was like, we got to like give some propaganda for like all the regions we have conquered. So they started this huge animation studio where they would produce war propaganda films. And what happened as a result from that is they built a hyper trained, specialized animation team in Japan where it got a bunch of people like knowledgeable on the animation process in the industry. Where then after the war, like once the war ended, now Japan had a really strong, talented workforce that could do animation, and it jump started their animation industry in the country. So this looks like one of those like World War II films. Obviously, it says 1941, so but then again, like we also have the cusp at 1980. Let's go ahead and chuck this year down to 1917 and let's run the numbers. Oh yeah, it's all coming together. Yeah, there's the oh, that wasn't captured. Okay, interesting. Interesting, interesting, interesting. What is that number? 6,000. Okay. I want to go back and investigate that. Huh. Okay. So I don't know how else to improve the code other than hmm, what does it look like when we let's comment out the excluded genres. I want to see how much that changes the data. Yeah, so we're gonna comment out this and we're going to um we're gonna set that to an empty list so that way my code doesn't scream at me. Damn, it doesn't change that much either. So it goes up to it only goes up by 12 more anime. Which okay, so once again, maybe I'm gonna like backpedal here, but I think that is fine to include. Hmm. Now what happens? What happens if we oh, you know why? You know why it's not including that? It's because it's missing voice actor info. I just realized. Yeah, because if we go to characters and staff, no voice actor info. So maybe we do we want to filter it by having to have a Japanese voice actor? let's comment this out. Wait. Ah, I see. Okay, wait. We're going to control, bam, and then I'm going to comment out that piece. So now we're just purely looking at the tag anthropomorphic. We're not filtering by Japanese voice actors. We're not filtering by any other criteria. We're looking at years 1917 to 2024. This should up the numbers quite a bit, probably to like what Anime List has cataloged on their site. Yeah, without a doubt. Look, yeah. So like 1941, boom. I assume that's like 1938, boom. Nothing between that span, and then boom, 82. Yes, I am. I'm at it again. I'm a sick dog. Cannot. I can't quit. Yeah. So I mean, if we include all anime regardless of Japanese voice actors, it is without a shadow of a doubt. Anime has more like anthropomorphic tags in it, so um yeah, ignore this. This is bad templated, but yeah. Total anime included in this calculation 978. Years spanned 88. Peak year with the most anthropomorphic anime made 2019 with 82 anime made that year. Yeah, damn. And then, yeah, so that's pretty cool. It has. I wish I had the charts to reference it, but like, yes, this is in line with the increase in anime, but from like the other data I've calculated, this does not follow the trends of anime made. So what this shows me is like this tag peaked in popularity in 2018 before dropping off because had it been following the trends, it would have continued upwards. Instead, it fell off. So, I guess it might. I guess it might be good to. Um, let's see. Can you right? Okay. Let's see. Year and also a cumulative version. All right, we're gonna add context to this problem. We're gonna see the number of anime made each year, and then also the cumulative count. So it'll be pretty cool. And then after that, I'm probably just gonna play some Fortnite. So mm. All right, so we're gonna add a new code snippet. And then boom. Oh, Claude has to, I need to tell Claude to fix this. No, use the same theme While that's generating that, we can still look at this. Oh, yes, we're also going to, well, once it finishes regenerating, we're going to include the special tag, but um this is more or less like the line that anime is following. This is the cumulative anime made since 1980. Yeah, so as you can see, it almost follows a near linear growth pattern. Um, but yeah, it's pretty linear. All right, we're gonna try this again. Oh, it didn't finish generating. Oh, I don't know why it does that. There we go. This kind of this looks way shittier, but just to give context, so in 1980 there were 79 anime made. In 2024, there was 768 anime made that year, which means between a little over, like a little under 50 years, anime has 10 times, the production of anime has increased by tenfold compared to 1980. Damn. And then we're also going to include, um, for consistency's sake, and then we're also going to do anything else. Hmm. All right, we're gonna rerun this with specials included. Template syntax error. We can just change that and set. Okay, no errors. Damn. Isn't that crazy to think that by 2024 there's been 20,789 anime made? Like I can't even comprehend that much media. Like no matter how much anime, like no matter how much you're like in the fandom, like keeping up with trends, you can't try. It's impossible. Like you really got to pick and choose which anime you like enjoy and talk about. 778 2024, 778 anime were made that year. I probably watched 15 of them. Maybe yeah, 15. 20, what is this? This is 2020 right here. 19, 18. Wait, no. This is 2010, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 2018. 1,019 anime were made in 2018. That's such a big number. Almost, that's like 250 anime made per season. Goddamn. Like back then, early 2000s, up to like I want to say like the mid 2000s, very manageable to be like on top of like the whole trends in the anime industry, especially in like the 1980s, 1990s. Like it was very manageable. Now this is just impossible. But going back to the crux of why we did this. So we see it has a local peak in 2018 and then it drops off. Um, oh, that's the older text. If we go up here, okay, so this one follows the trends, yeah, to a T. Like we have a local peak in, we have a local peak in 2019, and then it just falls off after that. So yeah, I guess fascinating stuff. Um, Interestingly enough, this number right here, 978. 978, that's the amount of anime that have the anthropomorphic theme. We're at 20,789 for the total anime made as of the year 2024. So roughly 10% of all anime made have the anthropomorphic theme attached to it. 1 in 10. 1 in 10 anime. Yes, you good point, Dogo. Um if you want to know, we have included TV anime, so anime that air on the TV, original network animation, so anime that are have originally aired online, like on Netflix. Original video animation, so anime that went to OVAs. Then we have movies, obviously, and then we also have specials. So, and we're going by the classification on my anime list. So, the classification process that my anime list uses to separate these anime to different like tags or whatever, that's what we're using. I could rerun the numbers just with TV, OVA, and movie anime, which will significantly lower the values, but that is completely possible. Just to give you a reference, we can go to like that time I got reincarnated as a slime. I'm quite familiar with this after like making an essay on it, but um, okay, so that's the slime diaries. Hold up. Let's go back to this one. So 2018. Yeah, so this is how my anime list classifies it. So obviously they have the season 1 of the anime. Then they've classified it as the OVA is its own separate counts as its own separate entry on my anime list, which we're using. And then obviously we have the TV spinoff. And then yeah, second season, third season, obviously manga adaptation. Um it could be possible, like I could write the code to filter by anime series. So if there's an anime entry that exists and it has related entries in it, that would count as one unit. I could potentially do that. That will take a bit of time, but that is possible. But I think following the classification of considering them as separate units, like considering the sequel, different from the prequel, different from the original video animation, different from the TV specials. I think that's the way to go. That's how my anime list classifies it. That's how people use that website. Um, yeah. I mean, just to test, just to test. We could just look at. We can remove the special tag. Okay, and it dropped it by roughly 1,000. Um, well, I guess that's. I think it's different. We're looking at anime here. So if we were like defining this as like anime series, yes, we're counting it separate. But if we're looking at it in terms of like anime, like bodies of work that studios make at different time periods, then this is how they would have done it. Um, because Studio A, for example, let's say Mappa, they didn't do this. Mappa made season one of Tensura, and then Studio Wit made season two of Tensura. Do we count that as one anime, or do we count that as two distinct anime? I would argue we count it as two distinct because it's like two separate bodies of work, two different studios have made at different time periods. Um, yes, there is more anime being produced ever than in recent years. Hmm. I'm gonna add back in the special tag. So let's see. I'm gonna rerun that. I mean, that's important to know. Like when I like make a video explaining this, I'm gonna like talk about that Dogo. I think that's a fair statement. Um, Maybe in like a future video topic, I will like count up the number of unique anime series and then like compare and contrast from that. I think that'd be a good idea. No, 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 no worries, no worries. I really appreciate the conversation. I didn't consider like some people when they looked at this data, they would have thought like, ah, that's not necessarily like different anime. Like you're counting them way more than they should be. But yeah, but yeah, I think let's see what how long is it? It's been 50 minutes. I've spent 15 minutes on this. Ooh wee. Well, just to recap, this is the number of unique entries on my anime list that have the anthropomorphic tag. And from the data, we can see. I know it is a lot to spend on science. And from the data, we can see the yiffiest year, or the year that had the most anthropomorphic tags, was in 2019 with 82. Of the entries on my anime list, we are at roughly 1,000, which is roughly 10%. Sorry, not 10%. I did my numbers wrong. Roughly 5% of all anime ever made. So big numbers. I have the anthropomorphic tag. But yeah, so I guess the final thing we're going to do is. Oh yeah, yeah, for sure. I guess before we close out this the YouTube portion of the stream, before I can continue to play Fortnite on Twitch. Yeah, so if we go to my anime list, we go to seasonal anime. I guarantee you I know why. What animes were made in 2018, 2019 that have the anthropomorphic tag? So 2018. So winter 2018. Dude, I'm gonna get it tonight. I swear. I swear. Oh wait, sorry. We should go to um. Well, let's jump to winter 2019. So that would have been one of them. Um. Oh yeah, Kimono Friends, 2019. So that's just in the winter season. Spring season. Yep. Summer season. Let's see. I'm trying to find. Actually, here we go. Let's do anime search, advanced search. This is probably better option. Let's include that, and then we're going to include anime that aired in 2019. Filter by members. Okay, so 2019 had B stars. 2019 had, oh, 2021 had Odd Taxi. Wait. Oh, I guess it incorrectly ran the calculation on that. Okay. Oh well. Yeah, but no, these are probably why. Just had a lot of anthropomorphic anime made in 2019. But yeah, yeah, so there is the end of the YouTube portion of the stream. I wanted to keep the YouTube stuff very like modular and focused on like the problem I'm like trying to solve. So yeah, I'll probably turn this into a video and get that uploaded on next week. But those that Dogo that you tuned into the stream, you get to see a little sneak peek of what is coming out, and also Zappy. So yeah, but cool. All right. Thank you for everybody who checked me out on YouTube. I'm gonna continue the stream on Twitch where I'm gonna play some more video games. But yeah, I hope to see you all next time. Peace. And then yes, peace. Boom. End.